this thing on. Hello everyone, this is Tormuse, and today I'm picking up where I left off in Doki Doki Leisure Club Plus. Just loading up the metaverse edit. This is neat. It's like reminds me of like a DOS shell or something. It's very retro style kind of thing going on here. That's cool. I wonder if this whole thing, this metaverse thing, is going to play a part in the the whole meta. I mean, this has metaverse on it. The whole meta aspect of later acts of DDLC, like Act 2 and so on. Maybe we'll get to see some of those some glitch effects and stuff going on there too. I do kind of wonder about that. I mean, I wonder about since DDLC Plus was coded in a different language, and Team Salvato basically had to rebuild the whole thing from the from the ground up when making this thing. I kind of wonder, like, how much did he recreate the glitch effects in Act 2, or did he make new ones? I'm kind of expecting / hoping that he made some new effects in there. Well, we'll see. Anyway, where did I leave off? I think we were going into the day 4, the third poem. So here we go. Let's try to get all the Sayori words. Extraordinary, maybe? No, hope, I think. Yeah. Rainbow? Mm-hmm. Calm. Maybe defeat, maybe party. Broken, definitely. There you go. Play. Loud. Promise. Precious, maybe? I think socks and skirt are Natsuki words. Nature. Bed. That's a total Sayori word. Games. Ah, darn it. Well, Natsuki will like it a little bit, I guess. Passion, explode, lipstick, landscape, secretive pink. Lazy. There you go. Cry. Valentine? Ah, darn it. Awesome. Ocean. Beauty, maybe? No, scars. The words that are simple yet negative are Sayori words. Like, when it's simple but positive, it can go either way between her and Natsuki. Because Natsuki likes the simple words. Treasure? Rain cloud. The quintessential Sayori word. Warm. Sunny. There you go. 18 out of 20, not bad. I didn't write a perfect Sayori poem, but oh well. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah, you must have a lot of determination, starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you, and I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Eh? Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat and all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people? Eh? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's in your name. Mon-Ika. Eh? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. A couple things going on here. The Mon-Ika, that's a Japanese pun, because Ika is apparently it's Japanese for squid. So this is Dan Salvato playing on the fact that this is supposedly translated from Japanese. I mean, even though it's an American game, he's playing on that whole trope in dating simulators, which are translated from Japanese, I guess, or that sort of thing, and also it plays into the fact that Monica being, you know, the whole meta character, the only real character, so to speak, who is aware of everything going on, is aware of the translation error or the translation not making sense. Anyway, moving on. Yeah. Never mind. Yeah, and Natsuki's confused reaction to that line sort of, yeah, it plays into the fact that Monica's the only one that's aware that anything strange happened there. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me. Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. Eh? She's facing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh. Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Geez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back toward everyone else, but the conversation is already dispersed with everyone back to their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. And Tormuse, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there is something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Tormuse. Hey, Double Grizz here. Are you liking Plus so far? I'm liking it so far. I mean, I've only been playing the vanilla content so far, just sort of doing my own little retrospective review kind of thing, I guess you could say. So yeah, I figured I'd do double duty, doing that while at the same time unlocking the plus content. So I'm gonna go through each of the routes and get all the CGs and stuff, which I understand is one of the prerequisites, or at least one of the prerequisites for unlocking the side stories, and I figure I'll do the side stories at the end. So yeah, so I'm just right now it's all vanilla stuff. I have noticed some very minor changes aside from the fact that all the text size is smaller. I don't know why they shrank the text size. Yeah, it seems like an accessibility issue actually. Some people might be squinting at that, particularly if they're like watching on mobile or something. Oh well. But yeah. Anyway, moving right along. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Tormuse. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask you if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No, it's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Yeah? Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Tormuse. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know. Yeah? She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different from now than it always has been. You're so funny, Tormuse. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful, because that's just how she is when she's around you? Ah, I said too much. I'm sorry, what do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Ah, alright. Monika smiles meaningfully. So yeah, this is a bit of misdirection plus foreshadowing going on here. Like it's foreshadowing that Sayori's depressed, and secretly so. I mean, the way Monika's phrasing it, it sounds like it's kind of like Sayori's always happy around MC because she likes MC, but taken a different way, it's more like she seems happy around him all the time because she doesn't want to let him know that she isn't happy. Also, depending on your interpretation of events, this may be the point where Monika is like altering Sayori and making her more depressed. There's some analysis I could do about that. I'm just going to move on for now. Monika smiles meaningfully. That's interesting choice of words there. Like you just extra hint there. Anyway, I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Get her words out of my head. Monika stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. Yeah, that phrase, get out of my head. Yeah. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her, but she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. Popular fan theory is that Monika is telling Sayori to kill herself here, but I don't know. It's fodder for a lot of theories, really. Like, what could they be talking about there? It's never actually revealed, so it's open to interpretation. Anyway, I sigh and set myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. Yeah, Devil says, gotcha. Yeah, I don't know if there might be another big delay in between my playing and the stream broadcasting it again. We had that issue last time. I hope that the image quality is okay. Like, is my webcam, is it stuttering or anything like that? Like when I was playing before, they eventually caught up with each other or something. I don't know. YouTube did something funny at some point, and I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, what do you think of DDLC plus Diablo? Anyway, moving on. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monika. Long pause. ... Okay, everyone. Yeah, that's right there. That's the point where, if I'd gone Yuri or Natsuki routes, that one of them would come to talk to me, and the conversation would center around Sayori. This is where, regardless of which route you've taken, the Dan Salvato's like trying to draw everyone's attention to Sayori, so you could lead into that whole depression talk and stuff. Anyway. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monika calls up to the club room. And why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monika, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Who should I show him to first? That seems a good time to save. Probably should be saving more often. I mean, you've got 6 pages of slots. Oh well, anyway. You know, just in case something goes wrong. Anyway. This is your best one so far. It's really, really nice, Tormuse. Thanks. Mm-hmm. Sorry? You've been a little quiet today. Is everything alright? Eh? Of course. Everything is fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today. Do you want a nap or something? No, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see smiles on your face. Well, alright. Hey, Tormuse. I'm still a little surprised. I really thought that you would try writing your poems like the way Yuri does. Or even Natsuki. But in the end... What's up with that blush when she says Natsuki there? Is that... feeding the Sayuki ship there? Anyway. But in the end, yeah... I guess you're the one who likes this one the most. Why? Oh, stop! Music stopping. You don't want to get closer with everyone else? Wait, of course I do. But that doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress them. I still understand you the most, Sayuri. I know you have to sometimes put up with me, and I have to sometimes put up with you. But we have a wavelength or something. And this is how the poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the only exciting thing in my life. So sometimes it's just easier to write when thinking about you. Sayuri? No. Tormuse, I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this? Sayuri's trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden. If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier. Sayuri? Glanced around the room to make sure nobody has noticed this. Sayuri? I've probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me what will cheer you up. Sayuri shakes her head. She sniffles and keeps shaking her head. Finally, she gathers herself and puts on a smile. It's nothing, Tormuse. It's just a little rain cloud. I'm sorry you had to see that. I promise it won't happen again. Just smiles from everyone, okay? That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayuri, tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayuri cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. Yeah, that's, well, yeah, a lot happening in that exchange there. The first reference to rain clouds, it's all the first hints of how low her self-esteem really is. She thinks that she isn't worth being nice to, and things like if you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier. That sort of feeds into one of the fan theories that she was trying to get MC into the club in preparation for killing herself. She was just hoping to make sure he had some company before she went away, basically. And him paying attention to her made everything harder. It's also, I think, is a sign of her low self-esteem that she sees him as being too nice to her when he's so rude and insulting to her, constantly. I've heard the other argument that oh, they're friends, they're just kidding around, that's just how friends talk to each other. But it's like, yeah, okay, fine, but it's all one way. It's always him insulting her, not her insulting him. There's no back and forth. It's all going one way, and there's never really an indication that she takes it as friendly ribbing or whatever, you know. And it seemed like all right so far, but I've mostly just been listening. I didn't get to play it until last night, and I wasn't sure how much time I had, so I went pretty heavily on the new stuff and skipped old runs. Yeah, fair enough. I'm sure plenty of people will probably just be going skippy, just get to the new content. But I don't know. I paid for it. I wanted to be thorough, I guess. And it's, extra opportunity to give some social commentary on stuff too. I mean, this game has sort of been my you know, special interest for the past few years, so I figured, you know, it deserves some attention. Anyway, moving right along, on to Natsuki. How's she? This one's alright. Alright? Well, yeah. Not as good as yesterday's anyway. I see what you're going for, but it's just not really my style. I mean, it's fine. I'm mostly just glad that you're trying a little bit. Well, of course, at least trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? That's neat. She had a pose and expression change during his line. Dan doesn't usually do that. Anyway, isn't that more of a compliment to me? No, gross. It's not like I care. It's just that one of us in this club has to make sure you're not slacking off. Really? Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away? That's, it's not like you would actually do that. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you. H word again. Gah. Natsuki's elbow connects with my stomach. Oh, maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. It was just joking. Oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too. How the hell do you call it a joke? That seriously hurt. Maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should really just watch my mouth around Natsuki. Anyway. Yeah, there's a hint that Natsuki's stronger than she looks. So that seriously hurt. Anyway. You know, I don't know, it kind of chalked up to there being a limited number of expressions in the original game. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Anyway, Natsuki holds her poem out to me like nothing even happened. I'll be your beach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminish your wonder over the years, but today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail, set you free in my windy sail, and remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. Ooh. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. But if you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. It's interesting coming from Natsuki. I mean, just the title, I'll be your beach, is obviously a pun. You know, for another B word. But yeah, I kind of wonder about this. Like, Natsuki, there's definitely writing. There's something about there's an implied romantic liaison going here, or something that she's hoping for. The way you thought it left you long ago. Learn to love yourself again. There's a bit of a theme of self-help going on. I hear that one of the side story between Yuri and Natsuki deals with the whole concept of self-love. And I know that Natsuki, well, actually, really all of the characters have a lot of insecurities. They just approach them and deal with them in different ways. But there is a definite running theme of that going on in the game. I have a feeling that that's something that Dan wanted to talk about. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kind of hard to write anything negative about the beach. So you decided to write about the beach first and then came up with the message later? Yeah, well, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized that we kind of wrote about the same thing. She wanted to pick a topic and have us both write about it or whatever. You can really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic and trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too, but there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. Yeah, and Yuri's still going to be unhappy with me, so she's not going to show me her poem, but if you get them both showing their poem, they each of them says it's the other's idea, funnily enough. Yeah, this is more fuel for the Natsuri ship, I guess. Because they're Natsuki and Yuri are growing to respect and appreciate each other more after their initial fight. Yeah, so this sort of stuff like this, seeing Yuri and Natsuki get closer, is makes it kind of it's always weird when I see that people like downplay the Natsuri ship, saying that they hate each other, they couldn't possibly get together, and I could look at that and go like, did you not play the game? Did you not see how the whole thing is building up to them, you know, growing to like and appreciate each other and get to know each other more? I don't know. Some people seem to think, they had a fight once, therefore they must hate each other forever. So I don't know. Some people don't seem to get that people can change their opinion over time. Oh well. Anyway, or for that matter, that having a fight doesn't mean that any friendship or relationship is like ruined forever. Everyone gets angry sometimes. Anyway, rambling again. Let's move on to Yuri. Yeah, she's not going to want to show the poem. Yuri doesn't look too enthusiastic about spending time with me. I guess if she changes her mind, she'll come to me. But I should leave her be for now. Yeah. So nobody saw each other's poem there. And then there's Monica. Hi, Tormuse. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people? I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. Let Monica take the poem and I'm holding my hands. It's kind of funny. How so? No, not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poems and Sarah's poems have been getting more and more similar to each other every day. Is that so? Suri didn't even show her poem today. I'm surprised you're so in sync with her. And then again, you've been spending a lot of time together lately, haven't you? I guess you could say that. Although we kind of grew up as best friends, I haven't been seeing as much of her this past year. But since I joined the club, we've been spending a lot of time together again. I see. That reminds me about how Sarah's been a little bit off today. Yeah? Did she tell you something? Well... Tormuse, you haven't been flirting with her, have you? Of course not. There he goes, trying to downplay his, Yeah. I've been treating her like I always do. Alright. Just making sure. I know how much you care about her. It would be terrible if something bad happened to her, so keep an eye on her. That's an interesting thing to say. Sarah's been acting so much happier ever since you joined the club. What could have happened all of a sudden? Well, never mind. This really isn't the time to be talking about this. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, a victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and I fall, and fall, and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. And yeah, that's Monica relating her, basically relating how she feels about discovering the nature of her world, the nature of her existence as a work of fiction. And we seek only the impossible. She knows she's never going to be free of the world and so on. And it's just showing, and the fact that she feels like there's no meaning and no purpose in her existence is there's a heck of a lot of existential dread going on in her life and in her in her mind, I guess. Because she does have a comment in Act 3, like she's trying to find some meaning. She's trying to find some reason to keep going, and like writing poems in the literature club is one thing that she's to not just to occupy herself, but to, I don't know, to help keep her sane, I guess. And I've always said, like, there has to be, she has to get something out of this, you know, like generally speaking, like playing along with this charade of the game. She must get some kind of enjoyment out of it, or some meaning, or some kind of, what am I trying to say here? I'm trying to put thoughts and ideas together here. Sometimes some concepts are hard to put into words. I don't know. Basically, I'm just saying she has to be getting something out of this in order to continue doing it. Whatever. I'm going to move on. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sorts of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical, because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. Oh yeah, and that's pretty much what she's saying. She has all the answers, and now the world's lost its meaning for her. Anyway, it seems that like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? And this is Dan playing on the fact that the entire game is 2D. You know, it's just they're two-dimensional sprites. And it's also playing into the fact that, again, that Monica's the only one that sees the world for what it is. I mean, in real life, some people might use that phrase, refer to two-dimensional characters as someone who's, you know, devoid of any depth. But if in this world they're apparently all aware that they're two-dimensional, so it's interesting that MC calls out on that, but like, wait, you mean like you went one-dimensional? It would be I don't know. I'm just trying to imagine the equivalent exchange if it took place in the real world. If someone like people aren't three-dimensional, like if they're not like normal four-dimensional people or something like that. I don't know. Sorry, I'm rambling again. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good, or okay, or bad, they want to focus more on everything that went into it, and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it'll make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. It's true. It's true, though. Like, sharing your work with other people. I mean, that's something I found, like, big time in the DDLC modding community. Like, I think the playtesting part of making a mod is I mean, and making in my case making a mod, but it could be anything. It could be a piece of writing, work of fiction, could be any kind of creative project. There's value in sharing it with like-minded people who understand the work that goes into it, and they can give you constructive feedback about what can improve it and so on. And I've come to like really value the playtesting part of it, where I show it to other people before releasing it to the public. Yeah, I've done that with each of my mods. Well, each of them except for Christmas with Monica, since that was a 24-hour mod challenge thing. But yeah, I ran all my work by other people before releasing it to the public, and it's a very valuable part of the process. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Oh yes, festival preparations. Okay, you three, we're all done sharing poems, right? And why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange right now? Eh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Yeah, that's... I didn't, the first time around, I like playing this game the first time, I didn't catch on to the fact that she says "okay, everyone" all the time. She's trying to get, whenever she wants to get people's attention. So yeah, so "okay, you three" is different. And this exchange is a little interesting because one of Monica's dialogue options in Act 3, she comments on the fact that Yuri and Natsuki made fun of her for her catchphrase, which is interesting. It's interesting that she interpreted that way. Like, did Natsuki, did they make fun of her? Is this them making fun of her? They just said it seemed a bit unusual, a bit strange. But kind of wonder if that's an indication of Monica's insecurities there. Like maybe it fed into her willingness to delete them. Like, how dare you people who don't exist make fun of me? Anyway, jeez, why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. Ah, it seems you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on. She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you pick the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. Yeah, continuing to draw attention to Sayori, so it feeds into the need to visit her and have the depression talk and stuff. Incidentally, this scene right here is a little awkward, because this whole section plus the weekend section has to be constructed in a way that it makes sense regardless of what route you take. They still have to continue fighting over you, even though, like, for instance, in this case, Yuri is so so distant that she doesn't even share the last couple of poems. Anyway, moving on. No, first of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Ooh. That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people? I always wondered, was this line supposed to be out loud? This feels like it was supposed to be internal monologue. I half expected Dan to change that, but oh well. Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything is fine. What did she say? Anyway, I'm just avoiding the question. We need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so yeah. This is the second time MC's asked her what Sayori said, and both times Monica avoided it. Yeah, very telling. Anyway, let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes, but we might need a lot of them in different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sari will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can, Guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know. And Monica complimenting Yuri causes Natsuki to get upset. Now Natsuki's pouting too. Geez, even I can tell now. Guess I never gave Sari enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. That may be the case. But if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So, Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know. So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that, I love atmosphere. That's always struck me as such a weird line. She has this angry, determined look on her face when she says it too. Oh well. Yuri's expression suddenly changes. She stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. And that's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Tormuse, the one who is truly useless. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It'll probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would be really appreciative of that. Is Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give to you. It's not like Monica going to give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Tormuse may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, you may be more suited to assisting with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for Tormuse to... Well, what are you saying? It will be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? Just what do you think? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Tormuse to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure he's interested. You literally just said... Oh, I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying, though. Jeez. Can we just settle this already? Yeah. Tormuse, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Ah, of course. Very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. But of course I'm going with... I'm going to save it. Continuing with the theme of the Sayori route, I'm going to pick Sayori. Even though I know that option doesn't go anywhere. I mean, if it's going to be anyone, then I prefer helping Sayori. I mean, we're already neighbors, and... But Monica said that Sayori was helping her. Jeez, do you really hate us that much? Ooh. Natsuki's taking it personally. No. Sorry, I didn't mean for this to be difficult. Just think of the club, okay? And what the heck, I'm gonna try the Monica option. Well, I guess I should probably be helping Monica. Yay, you picked me. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. No, they're mad now. Monica, you're the one who needs the least help out of all of us. Eh? But I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but you already have Sayori as well. But Tormes is the one who... That doesn't matter. You were the one who scared him into picking you in the first place. Sorry, I'm curious, I want to check something. Okay, no, just curious. You're the club president, Monica. You're supposed to make responsible decisions for the club. Monica, you shouldn't let any ulterior motives interfere with this decision. Ulterior motives? What are you saying, Yuri? In fact, it sounds like you guys are the ones with ulterior motives. Excuse me? Otherwise, this wouldn't have been made into such a big deal in the first place. That's completely false, Monica. Yeah, we have a lot of work to do, you know. We won't do as good a job if you make us work alone. Maybe that's true. Think of the club, Monica. If we want our event to succeed, then we need to appropriately distribute our resources. So are you going to do the right thing, President? Okay. I get it. It's technically most logical for Tormes to help one of you two. So, I guess that's what we'll do. Do you have a preference, Tormes? Yeah. So this is rather curious. Like, even though I, the player, chose Monica, the game steered me away from her. Like, is that... This raises some questions about it. Like, some of Monica's Act 3 dialogue hints that the game is like trying to steer the player away from her, and I kind of wonder if does that mean that is there an implication that Yuri and Natsuki are like subconsciously trying to make sure that Monica isn't chosen, or or is it just generally part of the same kind of just, generally fighting over him because of what am I trying to say here? Because of their, just how they are, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, you have to pick either Yuri or Natsuki now. I'm sort of trying to keep the theme of doing a Sayori route, so kind of doesn't matter which one I pick, because I'm going to go through this twice more. Once picking Natsuki for everything else, every step of the way, and then once picking Yuri for everything every step of the way. Incidentally, I noticed there's an achievement that says write a poem for Monica, which I'm not quite sure. That might be referring to the Act 3 one, but I don't know. I'll find out about that later, I guess. Anyway, yeah, for now, I guess I'll pick Yuri. So, which means that when I go to the actual Yuri route, I'm probably just going to skip just gotta go skippy through it. Yeah, for now. Well, probably be most useful helping out Yuri. Me? Yeah, this is part of what I was saying earlier. How it's like this dialogue where Yuri's startled that she was chosen. It goes through this exact same dialogue whether you picked her every step of the way or like what I did right now and didn't pick her at all. She's going to be startled either way. It makes this dialogue section a little weird, but I don't know. That's just the way Dan constructed it, I guess. Anyway, moving on. Are you serious? Why would you, Natsuki? I can already tell you're about to say something mean. No, I was just saying. So you'll be helping Yuri then, Tormes? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking these sorts of things, so I think your assistance will be very useful. That's great to hear. Natsuki, will you be able to handle the baking yourself? I mean, yeah, I already said I would be fine. Okay. Everyone can tell that Natsuki is feeling a little sour. So, is that everything we needed to go over? Yeah, that should be about it. Are you guys excited? Well, excited may not be the right word, but I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Do you feel the same way, Tormes? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it will turn out. Diplomatic as always is just a very neutral thing to say. Well, that's good enough for me. What about you, Natsuki? Natsuki? What? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything. No, that's not what I meant at all. Yuri anxiously glances between everyone in the room. I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why Tormes picked me, and also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They go really well with my tea. And nothing that I do for the event will compare to that, so... I get it. I'm kind of surprised, though. Why? Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that. But you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden. I know I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad. Natsuki isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are also taken aback by Yuri's words. even though her posing expression has not changed at all during any of that exchange. When she already has trouble with words, trying to cheer someone up must be far out of her own comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Yeah, it's once again this day is all about bringing the focus back to Sayori, regardless of who you choose. Although, I mean, it kind of goes like no matter who you choose. Like if you choose Yuri, Yuri comforts Natsuki. If you choose Natsuki, Natsuki tries to comfort Yuri. It's part of building up their whole friendship, relationship, whatever it is, which is kind of sweet. But anyway, moving on. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. No, I kind of appreciated it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing. But I'm going to say this. You better bet that my cupcakes are going to be the best part of the whole event. Ah, I believe you. Yeah, I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out. Alright, let's get out of here then. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monica and Natsuki out the door as they chat between each other. Eh? I turn around. Sorry, I realized that I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? I think that would be the best way, yes. Alright then. Yuri and I exchange phone numbers. Okay, then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday. Eh? My house? Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought I would be the one going to your house since I'm the one helping you. Yeah, that's something my mom always taught me. It's a bit of a faux pas to invite yourself over to someone's house. I mean, like, you know, like in the case of friends who know each other, it's not a big deal, I think. But when someone you don't know, yeah, not so much. Anyway, moving on. I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I would prefer going to your house. All right. In that case, it won't be a problem. I decide not to press Yuri for a reason. Yeah, the reason might have something to do with, like, knife collection and stuff. He doesn't want him to see it, or you know, you can come up with all kinds of, like, headcanon-y reasons for her to be reluctant to have him over. Anyway, it's not like it should matter much either way, so I'll just need to make sure my room is clean. I hope I managed to make myself useful in some way, not nearly as creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself, Tormuse. I think it will make a very protective team. Even if you only chose me because you felt bad or something. Wait, you don't actually think that, do you? I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reason you may have chosen me. You're forgetting the one reason with the most common sense. I chose to help you because that's what I want to do. But he thinks to herself with an extremely tense expression. Yeah, I chose to help you because that's what I want to do. He's being as diplomatic and neutral as he has always been this entire game. Anyway, again, to make it fit regardless of what options you've chosen. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out when you're overthinking, right? I didn't realize. I'm telling you I want to. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. She looks straight into my eyes for a long while. I believe you. As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. And I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, I am too. After that exchange, I make my way out the door and Yuri follows. Can't believe this. Yuri's going to be coming to my house on Sunday. Even though I would have preferred to do this with Sayori, my anxiety still shoots through the roof. Guess I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point, but who knows what might end up happening when we're outside of school. She even told me she was looking forward to it. I shake my head. Why do I feel nervous that Sayori finds out about this? It's not like we feel that way about each other. Besides, like Monica said, this is about the club. I have nothing to worry about. If I just go with it, then I'll have a good time. Yeah, incidentally, these lines here, why do I feel nervous that Sayori finds out about this? I believe he only says these lines here if you choose Sayori during the weekend selection thing. Anyway, moving on. Oh, okay. It's already Sunday. Okay, I think, coming up to an hour for the stream here, I think this is a good time to leave off. I mean, I never have a big audience for these things anyway, but I do feel like I think it's a little more enjoyable when there are more people watching. I notice there are only 2 people in the audience. So this next bit here, this is Sawyer's depression scene, and it gets really heavy, and I just kind of feel like I think I want to do that bit at another time, so I can I don't know, just give it the weight and nuanced commentary that I would like to. So yeah, I think this is a good point to leave off. This is the yeah. So yeah, that's all for today then. I expect I'm going to continue to not have any kind of schedule for these sorts of things. Hey, there's some new pictures unlocked apparently. What did I get? Okay, yeah, the poem. Interesting. It looks like there are a whole bunch of unlockable images and stuff. What's this? The Metaverse Enterprise Solutions pictures. One of the pictures. Yeah, little chibis. Yeah, and these are the screens that were, these are like stills used in the publicity images. But I guess they also double as wallpapers, like desktop backgrounds. Oh, neat. More concept art. Key art of Monkonsei drawn by Kagefumi that was originally planned to be the official DDLC artwork. Huh. Interesting. So that's different from the artists who'd made these. So it looks like Dan Salvato went through a few different artists before landing on Satchley. Interesting. I mean, I know DDLC like took a year to make, like the original. I heard that somewhere, but it's interesting. Considering that DDLC in itself from the get-go was this little side project that Dan Salvato made for fun, and released for free and didn't expect to take off. There's a lot of work that went behind the scenes, like not just the writing and coding work, but like it looks like he had to source out artists, and he went through a few different artists and went through a whole lot of concept art before arriving at something that matched his vision. That's it's interesting. Anyway, there's a little notification thing next to the music as well. Did I unlock more music as well? It seems to be the same ones. I mean, I haven't listened to any of them yet, but anyway, I think that's enough out of me for this session. Next one, I don't know. I continue to not have any set schedule for these sorts of things. Maybe it'll be tomorrow. Maybe it'll be a couple days. Maybe it won't be super late at night for once. I kind of want to get through to the more interesting content. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do another episode later today, for that matter. We'll see.